Hi guys, well there's been a lot of talk on the internet about YouTubers and vloggers that become popular, and as soon as they become popular, what happens? They get divorced. Is this just to get more views on YouTube? I very much doubt it. I think there's actually a much bigger problem at play here. And let me talk about what that is. You see, most of us, as we go about our day-to-day lives, have a very small bubble, shall we? Very few people notice us. We may have a small circle of friends. We may have a few people we meet at work on a day-to-day basis, but that's it. We don't get noticed much. Period. Now, when you become a celebrity, whether it's through YouTube, whether it's through, Facebook, TikTok, whatever, the world begins to notice you. Your little bubble now gets a heck of a lot bigger. Instead of maybe 10 or 20 people you interact with every day, you could interact with thousands of people. We have over 40,000 followers now. That's a lot of people. That's a lot of people in your bubble. Now, with that means there's a lot of people of the opposite sex in that bubble that you could be attracted to and are quite clearly attracted to you. You've become a lot more attractive now because you're a celebrity, because either through the internet or social media or Facebook or whatever, or TikTok. You've become a celebrity. You are now a heck of a lot more popular. That makes you instantly attractive to people. Why do girls want to hook up and be with the band members? Because they're popular. Popular people are rare. Simple as that. The more popular you get, the more people want to have relationships with you. It's as simple as that. So you have that equation, and your sphere has increased, so now you have a lot of people noticing you. If you don't have a good moral backbone, that's an if the morals are not there in your life, it is very easy to leave the relationship. There's a few ways you could leave it. You could leave it either through cheating, and then the other spouse finds out, and obviously the relationship usually ends at that point. Or you could say, hey, you know what? This person over here is better than you. I'm going to divorce your butt and I'm going to go over here. Because your sphere has increased. Your options have increased. There's a lot of people noticing you. There's a lot of people who want to spend time with you, maybe even their lives with you. People that under normal circumstances, without you becoming popular on social media, would never even notice you. You would just be just a fly in the sky, basically. Nobody would ever notice you unless you're on social media. But because you're on social media, the number of people who notice you has vastly expanded. The number of people who like you has vastly expanded. Okay, you probably have some haters in there, but the number of people who like you has vastly expanded. Your options have, with the opposite sex, have now vastly expanded. If you can't keep control of that, if you can't keep your lid on that, you are heading quite simply for divorce. It's as simple as that. This is what we have seen in movies and with these celebrities. You always wonder, why do celebrities get divorced? They get married and maybe they're married for like a year or two and they get divorced right away. Some people, I think it was. You have to look and Google this. I think it was. I shouldn't mention the name. I'll probably get sued. There was a famous pop singer, and she was married for like minutes and got divorced. These people have no excuse, especially if they're a TV or film celebrity. These people have all the money in the world. They don't have money problems. I'm sure they have a few maids washing the kids. They don't have to watch the kids. Okay, their work may be hard at times and they may have to do a lot of travel, but apart from that, there's no real big stresses in their life. And they still get divorced. Well, think about that. Why is that? It is because when you're famous, either through movies or even through, Facebook and the internet, your options increase. When your options increase, if you can't control that, if you can't keep a lid on that, if you can't keep a lid on your emotions, it's very easy to either leave the relationship with someone else who you think you're going to get a better deal from, or to cheat. Unfortunately, these people usually have a string of divorces because it is human nature to realize that the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. That is just how people are made. That it's actually a good thing for people because that is how we explore the universe. That is how we explore other countries. We think, oh, things are better over there. Let's go over there and see what's over there. That works when you're exploring things, when you're exploring the world or the universe. It doesn't work too well in relationships. We need to turn that switch off in relationships, but unfortunately, a lot of people can't or don't turn that switch off in relationships. So they're always going to think that things are better over there. And then you go over there and they'll get married for a little bit, and then they'll realize that things weren't so good over there, and then move on to the next relationship, and they'll essentially become like a serial divorcer. The problem with the internet and social media is that really it's putting fame in everybody's grasp. Anybody can become famous. I don't even fathom sometimes how we got 44,000+ followers right now. I can't even get my head around that one. Anybody can become famous these days. But there's a big but. You've got to learn how to respect your core relationship, the core relationship with your spouse. If you don't respect that core relationship, there's going to be a lot of influence from these orbiters, let's call them, these other people in your social sphere right now. In my case, there's like 44,000 of them. That's a lot of people. Maybe if 1% of them like you, do the math on that. That's still a lot of people that like you, and a lot of people that want to spend time with you. And maybe some of those may seem more attractive, or say may seem more attractive than your current spouse. So what are you going to do? If you don't have a strong moral compass, if you don't have a strong moral background, you're either going to divorce because you think the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, or even worse, you're going to cheat. Will the cheating and divorce get more views on YouTube? I'm sure it will, because people love drama. People love seeing this nonsense. They love seeing this crazy stuff on TV. That is why these reality shows that were popular in the 2000s were so successful, is because people love drama and anxiety and all that stuff. They don't like the boring side of life. So yeah, I'm sure if you go through divorce on YouTube, you're going to have a lot more views, but it's not necessarily the way to go. The way I see it is that in a divorce and in cheating, it's both the same thing, really. Everybody loses and everybody gets hurt. I guarantee your wife or husband will get hurt, you will get hurt, and the mistress will get hurt. Or the mister will get hurt, whatever they call a male mistress, I don't know. Who knows? But everybody will get hurt. Everybody will lose if you can't keep a strong moral compass, if you can't keep a lid on it. I'm not saying shut down your YouTube account and don't talk to any girls and don't talk to any guys ever again, but what I am saying is keep that stuff under control. Don't start flirting over text or any of that stuff, It's going to lead down a road that you simply don't want to go down. And a lot of people in social media are going down that road right now because simply they have options and they're following those options that they didn't have, several years ago before they got popular. So that's what's happening. It's bad. I wouldn't say that social media is leading to a moral decline, shall we say, because it's a tool, and it depends how you use that tool. And if you use that tool to flirt with the opposite sex, it's going to cause problems. Anyway, I hope you liked this video. Click down there, like, share, and subscribe, and I will be back soon. Thank you.